This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live with my WWE Summerslam 2016 review. Fans, I just got done watching the WWE Summerslam, this year's WWE Summerslam on the WWE Network, where you can get it for the low monthly price of $9.99. And, you know, I'm going to go over what I thought about the pay-per-view. So, this was SummerSlam 2016. We had a lot of big matches, a lot of heavy hitters, and we also had some matches that I felt like they were just like sucky, you know what I'm saying? So, this SummerSlam, I mean, it wasn't like the greatest show I've ever seen. I mean, they definitely had some hits, they definitely had some misses, but we'll go over those here. If you have any questions tonight in the chat room, make sure to put your questions in there. You know, ask me a question, or you know, maybe give me some feedback. What did y'all think about the event? If y'all were able to catch SummerSlam 2016, let me know what y'all thought about the show. It's pretty interesting. There was a 2-hour pre-show. And I was like, wow, man, a 2-hour pre-show that consisted of 3 matches. So that was pretty cool. Big shout out to Zakira Mulvey. Also, another shout out to Kyle Waka that are tuning in. Guys, let me know if y'all watched the SummerSlam. It's pretty decent. Like I said, had some sucky parts, had some good parts, you know. But that's what you're going to have. You're not always going to find, you know, a perfect show or anything like that. But like I was saying, the kickoff show was a 2-hour show. And the kickoff shows are usually pretty boring, but they'll occasionally, you know, if it's a 1-hour kickoff show, they normally will have like a pre-match, you know, or like a match before the big pay-per-view starts. But we got 3 matches. It was pretty impressive. The first one, it was Sheamus against Cesaro. And they were kicking off their best of 7 series. They're on the Raw brand, and Mick Foley and them, they wanted to put him in a well. Here's what's stupid about the whole thing. To me, anyway, Cesaro had won a match that Mick Foley and them said, okay, whoever wins this match can get a shot, you know, at the title or whatever. And I guess it was the U.S. I don't really remember, but anyways. It's stupid because Cesaro won the match, yet during that match, I think he was fighting Rusev, you know, he's about to win or something. This was weeks back. Sheamus comes out and cheaps, and Cesaro loses. So it's like, okay, is he going to get a rematch? You know, is this just a freaking waste of time? But anyway, so Sheamus got a match against someone, and Cesaro cheaped on his match. Or distracted the ref, whatever, made Sheamus lose. So what this comes down to is they're doing a best of 7. So we're going to see Sheamus fight Cesaro 7 times. And tonight, they had a pretty good match. I mean, for 2 like bigger wrestlers, they've got some muscle, they're kind of taller. They're really good. I mean, they work well in the ring together. You know, they're not the best on the microphone or anything, but as far as a heel goes, as far as a bad guy wrestler goes, Sheamus is definitely a great heel. He gets the crowd fired up. The crowd hates him. You know, they're talking about his mohawk haircut or just disrespecting him all over the place. And then Cesaro is a fan favorite to the crowd. So he's always getting some cheers and stuff. But yet they're not getting the push they probably deserve. But then again, there's just too many wrestlers, you know what I mean? And you know, everyone can't be the number one main eventer. So tonight's kickoff show was really good. They went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And surprisingly, for a kickoff show match, I mean, the match was pretty long. And Sheamus ended up defeating Cesaro. A little thumb in the eye was in there. And, you know, it's a little cheaps. But, you know, Sheamus is a bad guy. You know, come on. You got to get some cheap-ass wins sometimes. Then during the kickoff show, they're just going over all the matches. But the second match of the kickoff show, they had two NXT alums, Sami Zayn and Neville. They defeated the Dudley Boys. I don't want to go too far into the match. I mean, it looked really good. Sami Zayn and Neville are amazing competitors. Dudley Boys, tried and true veterans that go above and beyond when they need to put someone over. So they did really good. Good match. Next match of the kickoff show was a big-ass 12-man tag match. I mean, they had American Alpha, they had the Usos and the Hype Brothers against Breezango, Ascension, and the Vaudevillains. So like 6-on-6, big 12-man tag, and the good guys won. American Alpha were going up. They were going for their little finisher. And then one of the Usos tagged into the last minute and did a big old splash off the top rope, a la Superfly, Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. So Usos won that, but there was some kind of little disturbance in the force on the good guys' side. And this, they're kind of trying to go into something, probably where we might see SmackDown, they'll get their own tag titles, and most likely we'll see American Alpha against the Usos for those brand new tag titles. Because currently with Raw and SmackDown, Raw has the U.S. title, SmackDown has the Intercontinental Championship, and Raw has the WWE Tag Team titles, but SmackDown needs to get their own set of tag titles, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. First match of the night. I'm going to go over this match real quick. Huge, smart idea. Huge match. Enzo and Cass against Jericho, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Those Canadian boys coming down to New York in Enzo Amore, Big Colin Cassidy's neck of the woods. These are some hometown boys. And they were quoting all the stuff that got the New York crowd riled up and ready to go and having a great time. So I thought that was good, man. I mean, Enzo on the mic is pure gold. Pure money right there. And Big Cass was even getting some action on the mic. Sometimes they say they's a couple of haters. But, man, you can't hate on Enzo and Cass. They're great talent from the NXT. And they were going against Jericho and Kevin Owens. And I kind of like this. At one point, Chris Jericho was on his knees, and he was running on his knees, hugging the waist of Kevin Owens, reminiscent of the old crybaby Jericho. It was a lot of fun to watch. But Jericho, they were winning most of the matches, kicking that ass. And how Enzo stays in the ring a really long time. And then when he makes the tag, Cass, he makes that hot tag, and Big Cass cleans house, man. But the problem was in this match, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, man, they got Cass out of the ring, and that left Enzo in the ring by himself. And then Owens and Jericho, they were teaming up against Enzo. They threw Enzo into the Kevin Owens threw Enzo into the ropes, popped him up like he was going to give the pop-up powerbomb, but he popped him up over himself. And Jericho was right behind him because Jericho always has Kevin Owens' back. And Jericho landed it wasn't a sweet code breaker. Actually, it looked like shit, honestly, because whenever Owens was popping up Enzo over him, Enzo always has these suspenders on, and the damn suspenders was kind of hanging off his pant leg, and it wasn't clean. It was kind of a messy finish, but Owens' finisher into Jericho's finisher for the pinfall, you had Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens win that match. Now, isn't it like Vince and some of the WWE higher-ups to screw people over? Oh, I got an idea. Let's have freaking Bret Hart lose in front of his Canadian fans. Oh, let's go over to Ireland. Let's have Sheamus or Finn Balor or any of them people from Ireland. Let's have them get their ass beat in front of their fans. I mean, come on, WWE. You should have let Enzo and Big Cass get a clean win. Or a freaking win at it. Just a win. Jesus. So, I don't know. The fan in me says I hated that match because Enzo and Cass got beat. But the mark in me says, and I don't really even know what the fuck that term means, I'm just saying it, but realistically, they did put on a good match and I was entertained, but I would have rather have Enzo and Cass come out on top. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to check the comments, and we got a couple people watching. We have in the house, not only do we have old Zakira Mulvey, Kyle Waka, we have Rebel Comics in the house, fans. Also known as Larry Higgins, creator of Naobi. Go check out Rebel Comics. He's an awesome guy, huge wrestling fan, and like he says, and you can't teach that. Amen to that, LP. That's good stuff. And Dut Rank, my good friend, that was the shittiest PPV in a good while. Now, I'm going to get to the shitty parts because this PPV did have more shitty parts than good parts. I totally agree with you there. It was very, very sloppy, and you could tell, and this could have been due to some missed spots during the matches, but I think behind the scenes in the gorilla position, I think Vince McMahon was just like, yapping in the ear of the ref. Man, they were changing shit up on the fly, and that's never good. You don't want to change your stuff this late in the game. But we're going to get to some of those changes, and we'll also talk about a couple of suspensions that have gone on that I didn't even know about. I was watching the pay-per-view tonight with my buddy Hank, who comes over quite a bit when we watch pay-per-views. We watch them together, and it's always fun. The next match I was so pumped up for because I had recently heard rumors that Charlotte requested some time off, and I could have sworn they were going to go ahead and grant her the time off. But, like I said, some crazy stuff happened during this match. So let's get to it. Charlotte against Sasha Banks, the boss, who is the WWE Women's Champion, who's just an excellent wrestler. And, I really used to like Charlotte down in NXT when they were, giving her a push, and when she had the NXT Women's Championship. But after, and I know, she is an awesome heel. I mean, just look at her dad. Ric Flair, one of the greatest heels of all time. So damn awesome at it. And they, of course, Charlotte. You got to have some heels. You got to have some women heels. Some women that the fans, hate. They got to have some bad guys in the sport. Problem is, the current fans, due to the internet and everything like that, we're smarter than we were in the old days. You just can't put a pretty boy blonde-haired guy in there with colorful trunks fighting like a big ugly-ass guy with a black singlet on. Andre wasn't that ugly, though. He was pretty good looking. Anyway, this match here, the next match for the Women's Championship, I was going for Sasha Banks. I mean, who doesn't love the boss? I mean, she's pretty awesome. But, and this is what pisses me off, okay? Vince and all of them backstage, she say, well, she's injury prone. Well, you know what, Vince? Watch your fucking match over. Watch your product over again. And, slap some fucking sense into Charlotte, because Charlotte fucked up a lot of moves. I mean, why don't you just take a damn sledgehammer to Sasha and just start beating the shit out of her? Because really, I mean, a lot of the high spots they were doing in the match, I mean, Charlotte was fucking them up, man. There was one where freaking Sasha pretty much fell on her lower back and back of her head and got all crumpled up and stuff, man. It looked like she was seriously hurt. But there was some sweet-ass multiple Hurricane Ranas by Sasha Banks that looked really good up early in the match. There was this really sweet top rope Boston Crab, too, that was like, oh my God, this is like weirdest fucking move, but it looked really cool, you know. And then there was this move. It was like, a la reminiscent of freaking, God, it just looked like some Razor Ramon stuff. It was really cool. But on the middle rope, Charlotte got old Sasha. Of course, Sasha was already up on the top turnbuckle anyway, but Charlotte got underneath her and was going for this like razor's edge from the middle rope, man. It was like freaking awesome. But then, you know, and it looks like a very difficult move, and like I kind of worry about like the women wrestlers, and you know, I'm not like saying, you know, men are better than women or any of that kind of shit. I mean, the women want to impress so much that they're putting their damn bodies on the line, and I love it. I think that's awesome. But if they continue to do that, man, someone's really going to get injured, and it's going to be really just screwed up. But anyway, back to the move. So Charlotte's doing this like razor's edge, and Sasha like turns it in to a middle rope Hurricane Rana, man. It was like freaking awesome, Frankensteiner style. But the problem was, it looked like another crushing move, because you could tell she put her hand, you know, like, imagine a Hurricane Rana, right? But the back of her head looks like, even though she put her arms down, her head still hit the mat anyway. So I'm just watching all of these like moves happen, and I'm like thinking to myself, I was like, well, I don't know what the hell's going to happen in this match. I know Charlotte wanted to take some time off, and you know, Banks won the belt on Raw, which I figured they were going to let Banks win the belt on SummerSlam. You know, Charlotte would still have the belt for SummerSlam, but I guess WWE was so pissed off that Charlotte wanted time off, they just immediately had her lose the belt on Raw, and they were going to have her lose again on SummerSlam. But with this injury to Sasha, and you got to give the girl credit, man. She pushed through. She's a damn soldier, Sasha Banks. But if I was Sasha, I'd go backstage through that fucking curtain and just start slapping the shit out of Charlotte, because Charlotte was botching moves all over the fucking place. So, you know, she did the bank statement a couple times, but on the second time of the bank statement, Charlotte kind of put all of her weight and rolled over on Sasha to get her shoulders down for the 3 count. And then we had Charlotte walk out of SummerSlam, the new women's champion. I was like, what the hell's going on? And during that whole thing, now I don't mind, you know, you got to change up, you know, you got to change things around. I guess I overanalyze the wrestling stuff and the wrestling business a little bit too much, and I need to kind of watch it more as a fan, and I do. But like business standpoint, man, you got to take care of your you got to take care of some of your best wrestlers there. So here's what I'm hoping: give Sasha some time off to recoup if she is indeed injured. And you know, usually I check the dirt sheets tomorrow and get all the rumors and see what the hell goes on behind the scenes. But since Bayley lost at NXT TakeOver and they made such a big deal out of it, you know, thank you, Bayley, thank you, you know, and all that, go ahead, have Bayley get that belt from Charlotte, and let's see Bayley and Charlotte, let's see him close it out. Let's see him close it out at WrestleMania. Come on, people. You know what I'm saying? It beats having Rock come out for the 80th time on WrestleMania to do a little spot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, let's get that shit. Let's get those people. Let's get them out of there. I mean, and I know I'm getting off kilter here, but Rock watching Triple H wrestle for the 50 millionth time. Like, get their asses out of there. Let's see some people that are up and coming superstars. Wrestlers is what I like calling them. But let's see them have some shit at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Get these other people, like Shaq versus Big Show, rumored for Orlando's WrestleMania. I mean, you know, now don't get me wrong, I do love Shaq, and I still like Big Show, but I mean, like, you know, come on, people. Anyway, so that was the second match, and oh yeah, let me go over the matches here, because normally I do a 5-star thing. I'm not gonna do any of the kickoff matches. Well, I guess I can do it real quick. Sheamus defeats Cesaro. I give 3.5. Sami Zayn, Neville defeat the Dudleys. I give that a 3. I mean, because, come on, you know. American Alpha, Usos, Hype Brothers, and all that cluster. I give that a 3. Chris Jericho and KO defeating Enzo and Big Cass, and that was also little sloppy spots in there. I give that a 3.5, just because Enzo on the microphone. Women's Championship match. You know, y'all may not like this. It was an ugly match. I mean, I would give it 1 star, but since Sasha worked her ass off to finish that match, I'm going to give 2 stars. But if I was grading alone, I would give Sasha 4 stars, Charlotte 1 star, and just give it 2 overall. That was, and I think even Charlotte knew that she was wrestling like shit tonight. All right, let's check the comments real quick, because I don't have my eye on the comments all the time. But let me know like what some of your matches were and everything. So here we go. Oh, Mark means someone who thinks wrestling isn't staged? Oh, well, dude, I know it's staged. Okay, well, I'm not one of those. Like the dude's always on the front row and wears all the merch and whatnot. They take it too serious. Yeah, I'm not one of those. Folks are saying Sasha got a suspension. Some are saying she got legit injured. No one knows for sure. That's very interesting. So hopefully tomorrow we can find that out. And I'll just go ahead and get it out there. A lot of these wrestlers are taking the medicine Adderall, which is a ADD medicine. But, you know, normal people take it for, and I'm not saying that people with ADHD are abnormal or not normal, but, you know, just think the people that don't really need that medicine for anything, that just take it, they get clearer focus and they're able to, you know, focus better. But WWE has been, you know, they've been doing really good on their wellness policy. They've been testing people, and if you got something in your system that you do not have a prescription for, then you're going to have to get your 30-day suspension. Then you get that 2 suspensions for even a little longer. Then I think the 3rd one and you're out. But anyway, big shout out to the Cowabunga Kid. Even though he's not a kid, he's the Cowabunga King. Bruce Zayas, one of the biggest Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans I know in the comic book community, which is very cool. Oh yeah, Dutt Rank. My thought is Bayley debuts tomorrow, wins the belt, then Charlotte gets her time off. See, that'd be pretty good right there. Then we can have some Bayley holding it down on Raw for a little while. That would be pretty awesome. Dude, that would be so damn cool. So, I hope Sasha isn't injured and everything, but you know, I'll tell you what, man. If she had a suspension, okay. But if there was no suspension and Charlotte just wrestled shitty, man, that's horrible. Alright, so let's go to that 3rd match of the normal stuff here. The Miz versus Apollo Creed. I mean Apollo Crews. Now, I felt this match was really short, and Apollo was getting a lot of hits in. Oh my God, he even did like the Angle Slam, you know, like from Kurt Angle used to do. It looked really cool. He did his classic standing moonsault. I mean, he was doing all the stuff. And then here we go. We got Maurice dicking around outside there, and then Apollo was looking over. Miz gets him in that stupid skull-crushing finale for the pinfall to keep the title, Intercontinental title. I felt like that whole match was just a freaking waste. Miz is a good wrestler, okay? He's great, you know, great heel. Everyone hates him. So he does his job well, but damn it, you know, I'm tired of seeing him win stuff. I'm tired of seeing the bad guys with the damn Intercontinental belt. I don't mind Rusev with the U.S. belt because I like Rusev, but Miz is so damn annoying. You know, I liked it when Zack Ryder had the Intercontinental belt for like one match. I liked Dolph Ziggler having that Intercontinental belt. But that match, I'm going to give a 2. And, I like Apollo a lot, but, Miz brought that match down. So far, the match is kind of a shitty night. It's just kind of going bad. It's like I'm not really digging it at all. That's until the 4th match. AJ Styles, John Cena. All right. I can't go over this whole match, man. I mean, like, they were hitting every move. They hit every move in their arsenal. I mean, and I still think they had each a dozen moves they could have done. But, man, it was like back and forth the whole freaking time. The crowd chanting was just crazy. Definitely loudest crowd pops of the night for John Cena and AJ Styles. I mean, even though John Cena, man, he's been around all that time, man, he still brings them to their feet. It's really impressive. I mean, it's just freaking awesome. When Styles, he countered one of the AAs with the Pele kick, and then followed it up with the Styles clash for the 2 count. And you know Cena was going to kick out on 2. I mean, you got to keep this stuff going. The crowd was into it. You keep it going. You do what you do best when the crowd is chanting their best. You know what I'm saying? So they went back and forth, trading blows, old school moves. Man, Styles even did a damn Lex Luger torture act and then turned it into a slam. And Cena slingshotted it together and did a power slam looking damn move, looking like some kind of bootleg diamond cutter. It was crazy. It was awesome. Styles got up. He missed his big 450 springboard move off that top rope. And then Cena got up and hit his little flipping pin where he kind of sunset flips over him, but in one fell swoop he never touches the ground or anything, and he turns it into that little, it's like a little flip pin power bomb looking damn thing. It's really cool. But Styles hit him with a German suplex, and he converted it into a facebuster, which I had never seen because I didn't watch a lot of Styles back in the day. They were reversing each other's moves, going from an STF to a I almost said crippler crossface. An STF to a crossface to the double A to the crash calf crusher to the STF. And boy, even John Cena broke out the old tornado DDT and the top rope leg drop, man. But it didn't end the match, man. AJ kept kicking out. And after 2 of them were resting for a little while, AJ Styles, man, he had Cena sitting on that top turnbuckle. It was so damn cool, and I called it, boy. I told Hank, I say, dude, if he does his move, like he does when he sets up for the phenomenal forearm, where, how Styles jumps up, jumps off the 3rd rope, but this time he jumped off that 3rd rope and turned in midair to do a freaking Frankensteiner on Cena, and then he followed that up with the phenomenal forearm. But still, even that, he only got 2. Man, I was like, damn. It's like freaking back and forth. This is pretty freaking awesome. This is some WrestleMania shit right here. And then Cena, he hit the AA from the middle rope. He had him up in that fireman's carry position on that middle rope, hit it on the AA, and dude, I thought it was over. And I was kind of pissed because I did want AJ to win, and I figured AJ was going to win anyway because Cena's got to go film some more of those American Grits on Fox, those TV shows he's been doing. But I just didn't know at that point because they were kicking out of each other's moves. I just didn't know who was going to win, man. And even a wrestler, or not a wrestler, but a guy like me that kind of follows the behind-the-scenes action, what's going to happen, I didn't even know who was going to win. So that is entertainment, fans, right there. That's a fucking clinic right there, man. So then, the finish finally came down to this, man. Styles converted an AA. He just really kind of just jumped out of the AA, and then he did a Styles clash, and then that knocked him down. Then he rolled out under the ring ropes or then he jumped on there and did his phenomenal forearm to fucking put the exclamation point on John Cena for the 1, 2, 3. Man, dude. I was like, damn, now that was a match right there. At the end of the match, man, the fans were cheering like crazy. I mean, the fans and the people at the Barclays Center, in Brooklyn, man. They was on their feet. It was amazing. It was amazing atmosphere. Just an excellent match. After that match, AJ, he won it clean. He walked up the ramp, turned around, put his hands together, showed his little gloves off, his merch. Right, Dut Rays are showing that merch. And then Cena took off his, his armband, the one that said "Never Give Up" or whatever the fuck it said. And then he laid it down, and Cena, he never did give up, man. It was just a fight to the finish, and so that's going to send Cena off for a while so he can go film his show. And it'll be interesting to see if Cena comes back on SmackDown this Tuesday night on SmackDown Live to do the whole "You won fair and square," that whole thing, or if he's just going to say, leave for a while and go film some stuff. So that match right there, before I check the comments, John Cena, AJ Styles, WWE Summerslam, 5-star match. All hell yeah. That was awesome. I mean, you got, whether you don't think Cena's one of the best wrestlers in the world, even at the age he's in, I mean, you got to give it up. I mean, like, he's one of the best. I mean, the way he gets the fans to go batshit, apeshit crazy, and then with AJ's freaking phenomenal moves, and actually these fans were louder for AJ tonight, so I was like, damn. And what was great was Cena was looking at the fans, and he just couldn't believe it, because they were more, I think, into AJ, but still, from a competitive standpoint, I mean, Cena was right there with him, you know what I'm saying? And what I always say in wrestling, it's like an art, whether it's like a football team, you need the whole team to compete, a comic book, you need a writer and you need an artist. I mean, for wrestling, it takes 3 people. The 2 people wrestling, and of course, the communicator, the big referee right there. And then in the ref's ear, who do you have? You got Vince Mac Daddy McMahon, so everything works really well together. So that was an excellent match. Well, one match didn't work together, all those moves Charlotte was fucking up tonight. Anyway, let's check the comments real quick. All right. Oh yeah, Mark's smart to the business. Yeah, smart to the business. And a lot of the wrestlers, and I love Scott Hall and all the clique and everything, but it's like, they're like, oh, there's a couple of Mark. They have those little funny jokes. I was like, well, y'all are the idiots that started it by breaking the kayfabe. Now, sure enough, people my dad actually had a professional wrestler buddy of his that wrestled at the Sportatorium in the early 70s named the Masked Challenger. But old Larry. Oh, yeah, his name was Larry Robinson. Kind of Larry Roberson or Robinson, I can't remember, but they used to lifeguard together back in the 70s at the Dallas community pools, stuff like that, here in Texas. And Larry was a big I don't want to say he was overweight, but he was a big muscly looking dude. And he had a mask, and he was called the Masked Challenger. And he was what we kind of call, back in those times, he was a jobber. He just got in the ring, got his ass beat. He got a little offense in, but the good guy usually won, and he took home usually like $10 or whatever the hell it was. It was so bad. But so my dad, he got to go in there and watch him practice and see Fritz. He saw Andre and Ivan Putski, and and at the Sportatorium, when you got to go in there and see him practice, that was pretty damn cool. But anyway, we got Rebel Comics, Kyle Walker in the house, Bruce Zayas, Dut Rank, a good 4. That's a fantastic 4 of wrestling fans right there. Yeah, I like that. I like that smart Mark, because I like watching the behind the scenes interviews and the shoot interviews. They're real fun. Damn, Larry, thanks for that, because I always get confused, because Dut Rank always be using that term Mark. It pisses people off. Dut Rank, you know who I'm talking about, pissing off that old Professor Zoom. All right, anyway, Next up's the Tag Team Championship, Gallows and Anderson against the New Day. New Day. Jon Stewart was there to introduce the New Day, and that's kind of a cool thing. You know, he was there at last year's SummerSlam, and he was the one that hit Cena with the chair. So Jon Stewart was a good guy at this SummerSlam, and he introduced the New Day because Big E was sidelined, you know, and he said, you know, the whole thing, you know. I don't even know what the hell he said. What'd he say? New York, feel the power. The New Day, two-time tag champs. See, I don't even know the damn stuff. But anyway, New Day was in the house. And the match was good, but the Baldies, man, the Baldies was running some train for a while. But Jon Stewart came in as a distraction and everything like that, and it was real funny. Funny little bits in there, you know. He was tucking in his shirt. Let's see, he got his belly shown last time Cena gave him an AA. But I thought, you know, he was playing that on tuck your chin in, because pretty much every wrestling move, you want to tuck your chin in. Otherwise, you know, if you don't have your chin tucked in on a move and you get slammed, you could hurt your damn neck, you know. It's one of the first things they taught you when you do a damn pile driver. You know, you better tuck your damn chin in, or your neck's not going to feel too good. Even though they kind of banned the classic pile driver after Owen did it on Stone Cold. But anyway, and then, you know, for your Styles Clash, there's a lot of times, you know, they would have people getting injured with the Styles Clash, right? So many of those wrestlers tuck their chin in, but on the Styles Clash, you don't want to tuck your chin in on the Styles Clash, you know what I'm saying? You want to kind of, you know, look forward, you know, or even like Cena, you know, you can watch Cena, he kind of turned his head looking forward, you know, but you don't want to tuck your chin, Styles Clash, that'll really hurt. But anyway, so New Day, back to New Day. New Day, good match, you know, Gallows, Anderson. Stewart came in there, and they were about to give Stewart a little, what do they call it, ringitis or whatever, you know, give him a little wishbone on the what do you call that thing, steel post. And then Big E came in out from the back to attack, forcing disqualification. So Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, they won by DQ, and it ensures the New Day's title reign extends into the 365-day reign. So that was cool. It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to let New Day hold those titles and beat, who was it? Axe and Smash at Demolition. See if they can beat that run. I think that was like a 400-something day run of being the tag titles. Next match, World Heavyweight Championship match. The champion, Dean Ambrose, versus the challenger, Dolph Ziggler. Now, I'm a huge Dolph Ziggler fan. I don't know, I've just always really liked Dolph Ziggler. You know, he's always got that chip on his shoulder. But, dude, man, for some reason, me and Hank, we were just like watching the match. You know, they were doing their moves. I mean, you know, their basic stuff. And I love watching Ziggler, man. You know, like when he, like, pulls a win out of his ass, you know. But this match was so fucking boring. Man, the crowd, there was no motion, no nothing from the crowd. The crowd was dead, man. I guess the crowd was dead from, you know, Cena Styles, man, because the crowd was apeshit during that one. So, waiting on these two main events, which they weren't main events, which just baffles me as well, and I'll get to that part later. I mean, what the hell's going on here? I thought they were going to save this match to like one of the last matches or whatnot. I thought they were going to do the Orton Lesnar match earlier, but they didn't. They did this one like, what was this, the sixth match? Okay, let's go back to the let's see. I forgot to do stars on the tag match. I'm going to give that a 3 stars for tag team championship, even though like it was a DQ finish. I'll still give it 3 stars because Jon Stewart was pretty funny on there. And anyway, so what was that, 5th? Okay, 6th match, and this didn't count the kickoff crap. But anyway, so Ambrose and Ziggler, man, boring match, boring. Ziggler got some action on the outside. He did a super kick on the outside, and he hit a zigzag, and he hit a famouser. Wasn't my favorite famouser. He just like stood still and did the famouser. Made famous, made famous by badass Billy Gunn. But what I really didn't like the finish at the end. They were both up on, I guess it was the third turnbuckle. I thought they were going to do the big Barry Windham, the big superplex off that third turnbuckle. And then all of a sudden they just both they were up there so long, and it was like, this looks stupid. The Ziggler that I like would be headbutting the shit out of Ambrose up there, or actually they'd be headbutting the shit out of each other. But man, it was like they both just dropped down, and then Ambrose put dirty deeds on him. Butterfly DDT. Just fucking stupid. It was just nothing. It was horrible. And Ziggler, man, that was his one and done, man, in the main event picture, which is just shitty. He didn't gain anything from this. I don't even know if I don't even really know if he's gonna get the shot again, which is horrible. And what I enjoyed about this whole month leading up to the pay-per-view was Ziggler on the mic. It was very good. And he's good on the mic, but you got and I don't know, maybe it's some behind the scenes shit holding him back, but he's good on the mic, man. Let this guy go. Let him kick some ass. Let him win some. It's one of my favorite current wrestlers there. Now, don't take nothing away from Dean Ambrose. I do like him too, but I like Ziggler a little better. So I have no clue what's going to happen with this. I can see maybe AJ Styles after that phenomenal match, keyword phenomenal, going against Ambrose for the title now. And hell, maybe AJ will win that title. That'd be really good. But still, man, damn, where's that going to take Ziggler at? So anyway, that match right there, I was just bored out of my ass, and I hate to do this to Ambrose and Ziggler, which I like them when they fight other people, but them fighting each other just didn't do it for me. I'm giving them 1 star. I don't ever go 0 stars because these are professionals, these are superstars. But that was a 1-star match. It was shit. All right, next up, the Natalya and Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie versus Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi. And following them dirt sheets, them smart marks, we know old Eva was hitting the ADD medication, the Adderall. Now, supposedly, she says she has a prescription for it and she just didn't get it to the people in time. I think that's bullshit. You know what I mean? I think that's just bullshit. I think that girl should be trying to get a fake-ass prescription and probably trying to post it on social media. See, I'm not a You know what? Own up to your shit. You fucked up. You pay the consequences. Now, this whole time running up to this match was always Eva Marie not wrestling. She would either have a hurt leg, a wardrobe malfunction, she was late to the building. But the cool thing that makes her entrance is that narrator guy who narrates the entrance and everything. It's so funny. It's so cool. And when she does come out, walking down that aisle, there's electricity with that girl. I mean, sure, she doesn't wrestle very well, but I mean, there's electricity there. They got some money with her. She does need improvement in the ring, but they've got some money with that girl. But what pisses me off is, man, the fucking idiots, man. Look at Roman. Well, I don't really like Roman anyway, but his Adderall thing, this girl getting suspended, old Del Rio and Paige got suspended for something. I don't know what they did, but I know Del Rio's not real happy with his WWE stuff right now. I think he wants to get out of his contract eventually. And then as far as Paige goes, she's on a damn spiral to nowhere, That used to be one of my favorites because she was a really different. But man, you keep fucking up. You know, you're only going to get so many chances. Jesus, these people, they baffle me. Anyway, so Eva Marie wasn't there. So they brought her back a little early. Nikki freaking Bella. Man, she looked pretty good after the neck surgery. She was off about 7 months. She looked pretty good after the neck surgery. Another thing I want to know, I don't really like Alexa Bliss, but Natalia's really awesome. Love the Queen of Hearts. Carmella's pretty fun to watch. I mean, like, she's not like a Becky Lynch or, like a Naomi or a Bayley or Sasha or Charlotte or anything. But Carmella is fun to watch, and I wish they would have put her on Raw with Enzo and Cass. But you know who I'm really digging right now is Naomi and her awesome new entrance, man, with the black lights on. Dude, that shit is awesome. Freaking awesome. Great dancing. Looking good. Shaking that ass. But anyway, it was cool to see Nikki Bella return. Of course, she'll be on SmackDown with Cena and Daniel Bryan, and that could even mean the return of Brie Bella. I mean, shit, if Daniel Bryan is the GM of SmackDown, bring old Brie back and let's have some twin magic, just like the old days. Now, Becky Lynch, she got some good work in when she came in. It was kind of like they let Naomi and Queen of Staten Island, Carmella, they do their thing a little bit, which was fun to watch. But Becky Lynch came in, started cleaning house, kicking some ass. But whenever Nikki got Carmella alone, she delivered a forearm and then put her new version of the rack attack saying, "I'm back," before she even delivered it for the finish. And it was cool. She got her up in the rack, but instead of like dropping down to her knees and putting all that pressure on her spine or her neck and stuff, she kind of flipped them back into kind of like a modified like neck breaker, I guess you could say. It was pretty cool. But when she had him up in that move, that fireman's carry looking move, I was hoping she would do the AA. Dude, that would be awesome. Like maybe do the AA the opposite way Cena does his. Cena usually puts the head, the fireman's carry, put the head on the left and then go to the left. But if Nikki would have done it to the right, I think that would have been pretty cool. Paying homage to her main man, John Cena, 15-time World Heavyweight Champion. So this match, I'm going to go ahead and give a fucking 4. Now, I know you'll be like, damn, you giving that match a 4? Man, it was good to see Nikki Bella back, and I love Queen of Hearts. I like the Hart Foundation. I like Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart, British Bulldog, all of them, Owen. I like that whole family. Carmella's cool. Becky Lynch is cool. Naomi's cool. I don't really like Alexa Bliss, but I loved whenever they did have the Eva Marie. That was just so perfect. What I would have really liked to see, though, was instead of saying she was off doing something, say, but you can't see her tonight because she's suspended. I think they ought to just tell it like it is, It's in all the damn news. Kind of humiliate her a little bit. She's the idiot that did that shit. I'd humiliate the girl. Let's go back to the comments real quick. So that's right, fans. 4 stars. They were looking good, man. They were looking good tonight. All right. Gut Rank says, Gallows and Anderson should have come out in their regular attire. Yeah, that doctor gimmick is kind of dumb. And what it reminds me of is when the Three Stooges are doing a short where they're doctors, like calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. That's how stupid Gallows and Anderson look with their little doctor things on. And you're right, man. The crowd, if the crowd got there, that's longer than a baseball game, man. If the crowd got there for those early matches, yeah, dude, that was insanely long. They got their money's worth, but yeah, they must have been tired. And like Dut Rank says, the face versus face matches, they're just never good. The only good one I've ever seen is WrestleMania 6, Hogan and Warrior. Yeah, Alexa does need to go back to NXT, and Naomi's got that nice round butt. Man, what a rough last couple of matches, man. I know. And I think, you can go back to that second match with Charlotte and Sasha. That match looked like shit. Man, I can't believe I'm about 50-something minutes in. We'll try to speed it up a little bit. I like to keep these shows about an hour long. Matt Murdoch, thanks so much for coming to watch. Good to see you tonight in the comments, sir. Let's get to the next one. The Universal Championship. First off, we got to look at the belt. I thought it was pretty damn cool, you know. Red leather strap. Belt pretty much looks like all the other big world heavyweight belts. The women's belt, of course, is a white strap with red on the inside. You know, Ambrose's strap, the World Heavyweight Championship strap's black, you know, traditional, looks good. But I kind of like this Universal Championship, the red strap. Looks really good. Of course, the people that didn't watch NXT or whatnot, for the couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks where Finn was coming out, you know, doing his normal Finn Balor entrance with his little leather jacket and everything, fans weren't really into it. They didn't really know what to expect because they've never seen Finn Balor. They've never seen the Demon. They don't know about the old Prince Devitt, or Devitt, wherever you want to call him. But I thought they did, what was it? Was it Monday or Raw? Yeah, I thought they did the vignettes or the little behind-the-scenes thing with Seth Rollins looking for the, where are you, Demon King? I thought that shit was really funny. Where's the Demon King? You know, looking for Demon King and all that. I thought that was pretty great. And it gave the audience on Raw a chance to see what the demon entrance of Finn Balor looks like. And I still think WWE should have saved that for the pay-per-view, but the Raw audience just didn't seem all that interested in Finn Balor. You know, they don't know how good and awesome he is because they didn't watch NXT, which is, you know, kind of shitty because NXT's pretty decent. I don't watch it all the time, but I know the names, you know. And Dutrank, my buddy Dutrank, he'll text me and he'll let me know some good stuff, you know. Like we talked about Bobby Roode. I've really never seen him much in action. I need to go back and watch the NXT Brooklyn Dose, you know, the second one. So I did like this. Balor, you know, had a great demon entrance, you know, did his demon thing, had some nice stuff. He had a little green in there representing that Irish, what was it, red, green, or orange, green, orange, green, and white, kind of. And Rollins had some neon green attire tonight, man. It looked pretty good. And it was back and forth going early on. The fans were finally waking back up. Balor was missing a lot of his coup de grace attempts, some pedigrees. And what was amazing, I didn't really know who the hell was going to win this. I figured they were just going to let Seth Rollins win it. Because, hell, he was the #1 draft pick, so I thought they were just going to let him win the damn thing. He got a pedigree on Finn, the Demon King. And, dude, the Demon, though, I told Hank it's the Demon. You don't fuck with the Demon. The Demon kicked out. And then Rollins missed his classic top rope move where he kind of flips into midair. He usually always misses that move. Actually, he may have landed on his feet and did a roll, but that allowed Balor to do his double foot stomp drop kick, dropped him in the corner. And then after that, though, Rollins got his ass up on that top turnbuckle for the big-ass Barry Windham, Uncle Bray's uncle, Bo and Bray's Uncle Barry. You know, the son of Blackjack Mulligan. Anyway, big superplex that normally, after that superplex, Rollins rolls him up and he does that little Hoovy driver, or whatever the hell that move is. Michonne driver or whatever. I think that's what Morrow calls it. But Finn reversed that one. Actually, I think he was going into a pedigree after that, but Finn reversed it again, did the stomp again from a corner, did another little double stomp. You know, these are the ones where he like runs and like double stomps him. Or what do you want to call that? It's that little kick he does, the double stomps that shove him into the corner. He did 2 of those, and finally, they're drop kicks. They're like a stomp drop kick. Finally, he got Rollins into coup de grace to become the first Universal Champion. Man, and then the fans freaking loved it. It was nice to see Finn's uncle and dad and mom over there in the crowd, and he gave him some props and everything like that. And, dude, I'm giving that match I'm giving that 4.5. It wasn't up there with Cena and AJ. You know, I like the Cena AJ match. Oh man, that was a great match. But Rollins and Balor was an excellent match as well, but I'm only giving it 4.5 stars. Let's check the comments. We got 2 more matches to talk about. All right. Yeah, JCH 2020, he says, the crowd was dead. And she says, Steph will ask to trade Seth to SmackDown after losing again, LOL. And, you know, you never know. That very well could be the case. All right, so the next match, you know, at this point, I was looking at the clock, and it didn't look like there was a lot of time. And it was Rusev versus Roman Reigns. And I'm kind of a Rusev fan, so, you know, I was kind of rooting for Rusev. But before the match even started, before the bell even rang, I mean, Roman, they just started going at it at ringside, and Roman was just all over Rusev, man. Roman was beating the shit out of Rusev, actually. And finally, you know, they just had to, like, stop that match from even going on. Oh, man, Rusev was getting his ass whooped. But what was cool was one of the awesome, man, it was a great spear. Like, right when you think Roman's gone ahead and went to the back, Roman comes back running down that ramp, and he leaps off part of the steel steps into a spear. And, boy, Rusev hopped up right in time and took that spear like a Bulgarian brute, man. He took that spear hard, and it was an awesome spear. But anyways, that match wasn't really a match. It was just a little bit of a time filler, because the match really never started. I mean, the refs were trying to get trying to get Roman off Rusev and everything like that, but pretty much the match never started. And so I give that match a 1 because there was no match. Anyway, so then the last match, the main event of the night. And you know, another thing real quick, I'm actually surprised. Well, it's never good to get the match before the main event. That's never really good. But the main event match, Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. Man, Lesnar came out early, backed Orton into the turnbuckle, into the corner, and just giving them high knees. Finally, he got him in a German suplex. Boom, German suplex, man. And then he took like 2 more Germans. He was just feeling it. And it was insane, man. And then there was one where they got outside the ring, and Lesnar got him on the table, and Lesnar was going to set him up for something, but Orton turned that into a RKO, and the table didn't break. Dude, hard table, man. So they must have felt it on that one. So then Orton and Lesnar, Orton got back in the ring, and as Lesnar was coming into the ring, we had some vintage Randy Orton. Orton grabbed Lesnar and did the DDT off the middle rope, and it looked like Lesnar didn't have his feet ready or feet set, but I guess since Lesnar's such a big and a heavy guy, that the way they did it's the way they did it. But boy, he dropped Lesnar on his head with a big-ass DDT, and then he was able to get one more RKO off, and then Lesnar F5'd him. That resulted in a 2 count. Orton kicked out. And then all of a sudden, and I don't know what the hell, man. This was insane. But freaking Brock Lesnar got over Orton. I mean, first off, he took his like gloves off and started beating the crap out of Orton, ground and pound, MMA style, man. He was busting his ass, and he freaking like elbowed his head. What it looked like, the move that busted him open, looked like just a big-ass elbow, like, bam, right in the freaking top of the head. There was blood gushing out everywhere. And there was so much blood, it was like a big pool of blood formed. And, man, it was insane. Then, a couple times, Lesnar went back to beat on his face a little bit more. And finally, dude, the referee called for the bell, and the decision was a TKO victory by Lesnar. Now, that's kind of weird, you know. I don't see a lot of TKOs. But I guess, you know, Orton just couldn't go no more, man. It was like, And I couldn't really tell if this was like, like the old school, how they did Roman Reigns, where Byron Saxton slipped him the big-ass bag of blood, where Triple H broke Roman's nose, in quotes, because that was a work. But, boy, I tell you what, though, the way Orton was taking that hits, man, I think that was the real deal, man. And then Shane entered the ring. Shane McMahon came to try to stop it, and he got an F5. And you know what I was hoping for? Me and my buddy Hank, we were hoping old Goldberg would come out, because we knew Goldberg was filming some stuff or doing some stuff for the 2K17 video game, because if you pre-order 2K17, you get the code for Bill Goldberg. And at one point, the fans started chanting Goldberg. I mean, these fans, these some smart fans out there, you know what I'm saying? They was chanting Goldberg, so I was hoping maybe Goldberg would come to rescue Orton from the clutches of Lesnar. But yeah, man, Lesnar just picked up Shane and gave him an F5, and then Lesnar kind of walked off, and the crowd just kind of booed, and it was just a weird finish. It was a weird main event, man. It was a stupid main event, really. So I give that match, I'm going to give it a 2. I really, I just don't think, with Lesnar being legit UFC guy, I don't think he has a place in WWE. Because, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to have him. No one is going to beat him. You know what I mean? No one's going to, beat this guy, because he's legit. I mean, he's a real deal. And I don't know if maybe Conor McGregor's comments, how he's been disrespecting the damn WWE and all that stuff. I don't know if maybe Lesnar was trying to send a message to Conor McGregor or not, but I tell you what, Lesnar sent a message to Randy K. Orton tonight. That's for damn sure. And I think Randy's glad that he's on SmackDown and not on Raw to look Brock Lesnar in the eyes anymore. I think Randy needs to move on and maybe do something different. Maybe try to go after Ambrose and his title. So yeah, that was pretty much it, man. I give that a 2 stars because I didn't know what the hell was going on. But SummerSlam for me, I don't know, man. SummerSlam, how many stars would I give it? I'd give it 2 stars for the PPV in general. It was not a good PPV. I give it 2 stars just because the Cena AJ match was excellent. I liked Nikki coming back, Nikki Bella. And Seth and the Demon King. We ain't seen the last of those two. I like those. Yeah. Yeah, the match ended soon. The Roman match was in there. I like Roman's spear better than Edge or Goldberg. Yeah, Roman could spear, that's for damn sure. But yeah, the guy has some power behind it. And Orton got that blade, boy, or that capsule. See, I don't know. We'll find out what it really was, Sometimes me and Hank, we used to put that thing in slow-mo. We used to love when Hogan would blade himself, because you could always see him doing it. It was funny back in the old WCW day. But yeah, I don't know what that was. Could have just been, one of those big-ass, because it's easy. The ref, he could put those black gloves on and maybe have a bag of blood in there and then maybe poke a hole with a needle and just... But, man, that pool of blood, yeah, it looked really weird. It did look kind of weird, like where, well, that's just a lot of blood to come out of a guy's head so soon. But I don't know, man. We'll just have to find out what it's all about. But I was kind of disappointed in SummerSlam. And SummerSlam is supposed to be one of the, yeah, and I don't know this, but for a while there, at one point, it sounded like they were chanting, "We want Slater" or something like. It was during the Roman and Rusev match. It was either "We want Lesnar" or "We want Slater." I could not. Okay, they chanted for Slater. I couldn't hear it very well, but that's what I thought. And that's so cool. How cool could that be? So Slater's just back there watching, just chilling, probably in catering, What's up, Nathan? Damn, Nathan, I ain't seen you around in a while. Good to see you, sir. But what was really cool was, Slater's probably just back there chilling. And what's great about Heath Slater is he's getting TV time. I mean, he's getting full-on segment time. He's a good wrestler. I mean, he was pretty awesome back in the day on Nexus, and he's fun on the microphone. I mean, come on. He's a guy to keep around. And he got that SmackDown contract, hopefully. Poor old Slater. But I kind of like what they're doing with Slater, showing up on different shows. I would love to see him just pop in on a pay-per-view every now and then, see what they want to do with him. But yeah, this SummerSlam kind of sucked. I'm giving it 2 stars. So what do we have to look forward to? They showed us Clash of Champions, I think, and Backlash, or something like that. I don't know, Raw pay-per-view and a SmackDown pay-per-view. We also find out we get 19 pay-per-views, so you have 12. Yeah, so we got 12 pay-per-views plus 7 pay-per-views. So we get a lot more pay-per-views now. I do enjoy SmackDown Live. I do enjoy the whole draft thing. I'm excited to see Bayley go wherever. I think I wouldn't put Bayley on SmackDown just because there's already a lot of women wrestlers on SmackDown. Now Raw has Alicia Fox. I know we don't talk much about Fox. Raw has Paige. So Raw has some good chicks too. You know what I'm saying? Got old Nia Jax. Yeah, 19 PPVs, man. Want to have a lot of these little PPV reviews, dude. I'm gonna have to make a playlist. I kind of enjoyed talking about the pay-per-views, and I like doing it like this. Just throw the backdrop up and talk on that Yeti Blue microphone. And that's how I roll with it. Just want to thank everyone for showing up tonight here in the comments. Nathan Banks, you're a little late, my friend, but you can always go back and watch it on the rewind. Yeah, Heath is the only guy to start a fight with Brock Lesnar. Heath is the man. So again, want to thank Zakira Mulvey. Thank you for watching. Kyle Waka, Waka, LP, Rebel Comics, Creator Anobi. Thanks for tuning in, sir. Dut Rank, of course. How can you not be subbed to Dut Rank? Bruce Zayas. Matt Murdoch, JCH 2020. Thank you so much for watching, sir. Sub up, man. Sub me up. I do these after every pay-per-view. And Nathan Banks as well. Y'all tune in. The other stuff I show on this channel usually is comics, collectibles, pop culture. I haven't done any cooking. I do video game stuff every now and then as well. But y'all tune in for that. And we'll see you the next PPV. Which I don't even know when it's going to be. But hell, we'll see you then. And if you like, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know what you like. This is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.